This segment is sponsored by Blazer Heating, Air and Plumbing.
Fall is quickly approaching. It's time to make sure our heating and cooling systems are in place and ready to go for the change of seasons. Jeff Williams, comfort consultant with Blazer Heating, Air and Plumbing, joins us this morning to share a lot more. All right. It seemed like it was going to be a while before we got hot this past summer, and then all of a sudden, man, the furnace was blowing hot air at us all summer long. It's been hot, it's been humid, we're in the change of the seasons now. Is this a good time to kind of get things ready so you're ready for next year, next winter, this winter, next summer?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I'd like to say to everybody's system who did last through this extreme heat, congratulations, because it has really been a hot summer. You know, whenever the heat came, it didn't stop, it didn't slow up, and systems were running constantly. So, you know, it's definitely good that they've been able to see that and evaluate how their systems were performing. But, you know, it's also a good time to check and think about, you know, their electric bills and the runtime and things to that effect now that things are slowing down a little bit to see, you know, if they do think they should have their system evaluated.
Did you have that one room in the house that you couldn't cool no matter what? You know, you could have unloaded a truckload of ice in there and it was still warm in there. You couldn't get it cool. So if you have that kind of situation, then obviously it's time to make a move. And fall is a great time to get it done because...
Well, systems have been certainly tested to their limits. So to your point, you know, if you did have an issue, you should certainly be able to see that. But fall is kind of a breath of fresh air for us a little bit. You know, we've caught up on a lot of the systems that have been broken down and failed, and we can really look and focus on the other things that we can correct in the home that may not, you know, during the summertime you're just putting out fires all the time, but fall is a good time to get a full evaluation on the system to see how we can truly get it to perform and see if we can keep you comfortable inside the home.
So your team's had a chance to catch their breath, and so they're ready to give their full attention to this. Like you said, it's not, you know, I got to get over there because these people are roasting in the house. You can take your time and actually get into it a little bit more. Let's talk about winter, and I mentioned the one room in the house that we couldn't get cool. You might have a totally different room in your house in the wintertime that you can't get warm. Again, another signal that something is wrong and needs to be corrected.
Yeah, and in the fall, it's a great time. You know, not only can we address those issues that you've foreseen in the summer, but it's also a good time for us to just fire up the furnace or fire up the heating side of the system to check it and evaluate it in full prior to going into that winter season so we don't have any surprises.
When you go into Mr. Homeowner's house or Mrs. Homeowner's house, and you look at the filters and they haven't been changed since the last time you were there, does that happen often?
It does. I mean, not every day you wake up and it's replace your filters day. You know, some people just don't think about it. So it's our job to educate people along the way to let them know what they can do and you know, in between seasons to evaluate their systems and keep them running at peak efficiency.
Yeah, that's one of the few things I know about HVAC. Change filters.
That's right.
So
that's a big one.
Yeah, that's the extent of my experience, except for knowing people that know when and what to do, and that's when I need to give you guys a call. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and you had a little chance to take a breather here, and winter's going to be here before we know it, and fall's a great time to give them a call. Blazer Heating, Air and Plumbing, located at 7025 Pole Green Road, Mechanicsville. For more information, please do call them 804-277-8972 or visit blazerservice.com, and you connect on social media as well if you'd like to. And stick around. We will be right back.